Final 9 holes of the 2024 Discraft presents Sun Kings Throwdown the Mountain 12 at the Olympus Disc Golf Course. And what a battle we see unfolding with the likes of Sullivan Tipton along with Martin J. Kneece. We also have Thomas Gilbert right there in the thick of it. Falling a little off the pace is Ben Wolff, but we know he's got plenty of power and a few tricks up, probably under his sleeve, his arm sleeve mechanism there. I don't know. The guy throws overhand lefties and putts right-handed. I'm not counting him out of anything at this point. As we head over to the spine hole, hole number 10. Yeah, and I'm just going to say it. What a difficult hole. It'd be my least favorite if I had to play. Thankfully, we got top pros like Sully going after it. He's 3 down on the front 9. Oh, and off the red basket. Off the top. Gets a slide or a little bit of a skip forward. That'll give him still a look. So that's back-to-back holes that we've almost seen Sully put it in on the red basket. Arton's going to be on the left side. Thomas is going to punch low. Oh, wow. All the way deep of the pin. It's not often you see something go that clean and that deep of the pin. Okay, well, maybe it's 2 out of 4 shots. Again, go back, check the last 10 years of tape. Not very often do people get past this basket on their first shot. Kind of forced just to lay it up, not a problem for Martin. And coming back to the pin is what we see from Thomas. So that's going to be pretty much a layup all day, and that's probably what we'll see here. Yeah, it's easy to stay away from that, any metal on this basket if you can avoid it, unless you know you're going after it to put it in. All right, so that one checks up for him. And I know that sounds silly as well, where you're trying to avoid the basket, but I think you just really need to be committed. Either you're running at this putt or you're content to lay it up right next to the pin and just simply have the tap in, because the roll-away potential here is as great or greater than almost any other hole out here. So quite the improvement that we saw from round number 2, where I think we saw all 4 players bogey. Today, all 4 are parring, and nobody's really going to be mad about that. We head over to 11. You have this very narrow gap that you're going to punch it straight through. Then there's going to be a bend, a little bit of a turn right around here. You make a left-hand turn, and then you're going to go up the hill. It's been cleared out behind the normal pin position to make this longer location. And that also has proven to be troublesome in the first couple of rounds. Sully playing for position. And that's 15 feet past the ideal spot. This hole really looks and kind of feels a lot like hole number 3, where you're really just trying to put something out straight that finishes a little bit left possibly, and then you're going to work yourself up the hill. And you don't want to be short just like that. Oh no. That's way short and way left. You love the line. You wish it just pumped the brakes about 15 feet earlier, and then it would have been perfect. Yeah, so Thomas is just going to go up a different route. Like, that's not this hole. He's literally throwing over a walking path that I believe brings us to hole number 12. And yeah, that's going to give Martin a long look. He's up on the top. Sully will match him.
No, you're 20 feet.
Not necessarily the worst trees to stop him. We'll see if he still has a look. And now Gilbert, who doesn't get all the way through completely clean after taking his adventurous route. Trying to set himself up still for a putt, and that's pretty solid work. Doesn't go too far. We see 3 17s, but now an 18. Damn. From long range, Martin cashes it in, and he knew it about 2/3 of the way there. He's going to take the outright lead here on hole 11. Well, Ben had a look at it. Unfortunately, not a favorable reaction off the basket. And for... Is there a Dora the Explorer award to hand out in the middle of a round? Because that's exactly what Thomas would get after taking that alternative route. Nice par save. Ben has a par save here. Oh, no. Brutal. Brutal. That was for par, so that means he's got a putt probably twice as long for bogey. Oh, okay, so I just talked about how treacherous 10's green is. This not doing Ben any favors. So Sully will be one back. He's tied up with Thomas, but both of them trailing Martin Kneece. And I know I said anything is possible, but that's going to be a tough hill to climb for Ben if he wants to get back into contention here. Double bogey will thwart his Chargers' efforts, at least for the moment, as we head over to hole number 12. Plays down and to the right, the one hole on the course where the FPO basket is actually longer than the MPO basket. And this is a par 3 for the MPO players, whereas the longer basket is a par 4 for the FPO players. And that's going to give Martin a look. Maybe that's a good question for you guys is, do you like the idea that that can happen, that the pars and the distances can get changed up, and it might seem counterintuitive on any given moment, or maybe what a standard is, but does that matter to you when you see a longer FPO hole versus the shorter MPO hole, and then the pars adjusted accordingly? Maybe it's common in your area. That you can tell me that as well. Put that in the comments as we're watching Thomas with the forehand. And deep of the pin, but a look for birdie. Opportunity for Ben to bounce back after the double on the previous hole. Ben comes into the event with 1,000 rating. Little ground play. All right, a roll he could have done without, as didn't bring him any closer to the pin. But now has this little pitch. You can give this a run. It's relatively flat. Sullivan, long range look. Count it from way downtown. Looks like that was back from the Broad Street Brewery, for crying out loud, back in Brooksville.
What's the 110 footer? Yeah. Oh.
Martin not able to follow it up. And Sully and Martin all knotted up at 18. Gilbert with a chance to join them. And he'll do it. What a battle. 2/3 of the way through the round. And we have a 3-way tie at the top.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I was getting big putted for sure.
Little cleanup here on aisle 12. Our coverage brought to you in part by our friends at Grip. The Paul Macbeth series of bags dropping here. Hopefully you guys are taking a look. Big shout out to our friends over at Grip as we kind of bob and weave our way through hole 13. Not an easy one. Okay, Sullivan's going to get a good kick. Or should I say skip up to the right. I feel like that's the play. You want to get through the tunnel. You're not trying to throw it 400 feet. You're just trying to punch it through the tunnel and then have something kind of push up and go off to the right-hand side. That's where you can avoid most of the trees on a second shot. You don't want to pull it left or be over there. Ooh, I love the creativity here. No. I give him an A for the idea. Oh, wow, a triple tree kick. A lot of players trying to put it down on edge.
No, that was so close.
And Thomas said it in round 2, I believe. You know, you're just putting it on that edge, just trying to make it a little skinnier and find one of these gaps if you're going to try and force your way through them. Or you could just do that. And again, Sully's more on this right side, which gives him more airspace to work with. And if really you're looking for how to play this hole, I think he just showed us. So Thomas is pitching up, looking for a par. And Martin. Okay, a good kick at the end, but not exactly the release I think he wanted. Well, a solid birdie collected there by Ben. About a third of the field got this one. See, 16 out of 50 players got it. And quite honestly, that's surprising to me. Maybe it's just our lead card or our featured card over the couple of days didn't find as much success, but nearly a third. Some nice work. And yeah, that math checks out. I mean, only 50% of our players on this card got it. If only I knew what I was talking about sometimes. hole number 14, trying to make it up onto the platform. That's kind of task number 1. How far you push up the fairway, well, that's a little bit of a bonus. You do have the OB on the left-hand side that you'll have to contend with possibly, and then a very protected basket. And rarely do we see players pull it to the right. And that's going to be some trouble. This flaxes out, but it needed to hook up quicker because it goes deep. And if you're in that sawgrass, you're very limited to what you're going to be able to do for arm movement or swing, possibly even finding the disc. There's a lot of challenges that go along with that sawgrass if you go too straight. Wow, and that leaks out of the left side. So we've seen one go right, one go too long, and one off to the left. What's Martin have in store for us?
That's a shot.
Okay, near perfect. Near perfect drive, exactly what you want to do here. As you pan, you'll still see that you have about 500 plus feet to the hole still, but that is great positioning. Okay, up on the shelf now, and Thomas does have a pretty good forehand in terms of some swing and some room to work with here. So he's able to gain some significant distance. So still an opportunity for birdie. It's going to be 225 maybe to the pin at most. Okay, so here's what Ben's working with. You see that the sawgrass is taller than him. I guess if you were to hand a disc to anybody to try and have a recovery shot that's an overhand, I guess he's the right guy for the job. Okay, nice work. Finds the short grass again. Martin just kind of chipping away, exactly what you want to be doing here. Sully, who's out in front. That's his third. And he's going to be short and right, so he'll still have a look for birdie. Up and over, comes up short. So Thomas has had 2 darn near miraculous putts here on 14. We saw one of them during round 1. He had an even longer one in round 2. Today's a lot closer. Can Martin ring one up? No. So that was the eagle look. He's short range, looking for birdie. Bless you. So not much of a line there for Sully. And on this par 5, you have to be up there looking for birdie. And a birdie is exactly what Gilbert will pick up. So with that, he'll move to 19 under. And with that putt, we see Martin get in the mix again. He's at 19. So a 3-way tie at 19 under for the lead. Oh, Sully taking a deep breath, making sure he's not giving anything away easily here. He wants to remain at that 19 under. And speaking of giving things away, what about our friends over at Swarm Digital Marketing? If you click on the link that's in the description, they will give you a free consult for your website needs or your SEO optimization, that's search engine optimization. We've said it before, if you have a website and you either don't maintain it and or people can't find it, it's not going to do you a lot of good. So Swarm is involved with disc golf. They support me. They support the coverage. They support Mike Barnett and Sun King and a bunch of other disc golfers, even other disc golf channels. Let's keep the business within disc golf. Big shout out to our friends over at Swarm Digital Marketing. Yes, please.
Nice.
What a drive.
Why the heck did it take me 20 rounds in this course?
Well, Thomas, sometimes things just take time. And now, with the backhand, not quite as far, but even more centered up. What a shot by Martin. Pressure all back on Sully. That doesn't make it through that very first pinch point. Huge advantage for the other two. Oh, look at this. Just flip up.
There you go, buddy.
All right. So he has the distance of Thomas, but kind of the center placement that we saw from Martin, and quite the shot. Uh-oh. Sully pushes to the right, but doesn't seem too obstructed.
Hold it. Yeah, Martin, hold it. Good pull, dude. Yeah, nice ball.
And that's a pretty big drive. He's looking at the basket after two, so in contention for an eagle. Pressure now on Gilbert. And that didn't come down. He hung it too wide. It gets hung up on the left side and stays in the tree. No 2-meter penalty, but he is well back. Just out here throwing darts. You guys played lawn darts, right? As kids? Not. I mean, with the actual metal tipped ones. You know, the fun ones that could kill you.
Look about right.
Yeah, maybe that.
So, as you guys hopefully know, you would just take directly below, as if the disc were to move perfectly straight down onto the ground, that's where you would then create your lie or put your marker, so to speak. It's not if you knocked it down and then wherever it hits then rolls to or anything like that. You have to mark it directly below as if the disc were just brought 100% straight down onto the ground. So the third shot there by Thomas will give him a look for birdie. And Sully with his fourth. Huge opportunity. Martin for eagle.
Dang it. What do you think? You and me? 32.
Ben getting himself set up. Ben sitting 5 behind all 3 of our co-leaders. And looks like he might be running out of enthusiasm. Solid putt. Gilbert. First one to 20. Sully didn't take advantage of the par 5 on 14. And now this is for par on 15, and it's a solid, confident putt, but he's losing ground, and you can't go back-to-back pars on these 2 holes. You certainly need to be scoring on the par 5s here. And with that, Martin's going to move to 20 under. Tied up at the top with Gilbert. Sometimes you just got to work things out.
Brought back by popular demand, Z-Lite plastic from Discraft. Discs that you already know and love, now available in lighter weights. This plastic is perfect for players with lower arm speeds as well as beginners. They can also be a great complement to the regular weight version of a disc that's already in your bag. Z-Lite, more distance with less effort.
Let's take a look at hole number 16. Most players would like to go left of that tree, and then they'll work their way back. Got to stay underneath those branches, and then would love to land right around here. There's a little bell that lets the group that's on the tee know that the group up ahead has, in fact, cleared.
No! Really?
No is right.
God, I freaking rolled in the woods too.
That is big trouble. Wasn't sure if he had enough turn on it in the first place, but that could be a lot of trouble. And this is anything but trouble. What a shot. Putting himself in good position. Would he love an extra 20 or 30 feet? Sure, but closest competitor in Thomas is a few hundred feet behind him in the fairway. Oh, and Sara Widboom getting out of the way like she's a pro camera op. Let's put this in perspective. This is her third ever round filming disc golf, and she's done a damn good job. So thank you so much, Sara. Of course, also a previous champion just a few weeks earlier out here at Throwdown the Mountain. Those Widbooms, I tell you.
No. Around the corner?
It's on the edge. You can throw it for
All right, so you see that Thomas is now basically right next to Martin. And a beautiful line coming in from Sully. That's going to put him short of the pin, but a look for birdie. Just going to go up and over everything, but it's too far. Oh, no. That is left. And so that is going to be out of bounds. An area that they just started designating kind of recently as an OB area. So that's going to be trouble. Good looking shot there for Martin, as now Thomas needs to answer.
Oh my God.
Not. Yeah, that's not the line. So he'll have that left for his par look, and we're going to see a little forehand, or excuse me, overhand by Ben. And Thomas is left with this. Man, in round number one, his super hot start kind of came to a screeching halt here on 16 with a double bogey. Today, he's in threat of that again if he doesn't make that putt. Sully. Bang, bang. In for the birdie. He's going to move to 20 under. We're going to see him leapfrog and get past Gilbert with that. But Kneece says, hold up. I'm going to move to 21. Become your outright leader. What a change of events here on hole 16. We got Ben now from short range. He'll walk away with the bogey. And Thomas in for bogey. So now we have 21, 20, and 19 with just 2 holes left to play. One of my favorites, though. Old school 17. Just going up the hill. Little finesse. Just kind of float it. Maybe get the nose up just slightly. so that it could catch the front of the hillside, or if it does creep up onto the crest of the hill, just kind of slowly flattens. No. Sully finds one of the branches, so his isn't low enough, and he's going to be short. He'll have a 25, maybe 30 footer.
Good game.
Oh, Thomas.
Nice time for wrist roll.
Says good game. He knows he's running out of time. He's got two players out in front of him. Down two. This is a must-get birdie. I feel like it's a must-get birdie no matter what. You really should be getting this one, and Thomas and I talked about it. It's been actually pretty abysmal. I'm going to say just almost flat-out embarrassing how few birdies we've seen on coverage here during this short position during our 2024 Throw Down the Mountain. Okay. Martin is out after the really obstructed lie. And buried way back here is Thomas along with Ben. Ben is way down in the bottom as well, and he too has to fight out, and his sits down. Thomas to avoid bogey. All right, I can take a breath, but we shouldn't be happy about pars here.
Any drive.
Sully lining up, has a 30-footer for share the lead.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, no. He is way back by where Thomas just was. He's behind that. What happened? No, this is going to turn into a bogey at best. Martin takes no time, of course, and he's going to slide in for par. I'm just in complete shock as to what we're seeing. Martin's at 21 under, moving into the final hole. Now remember, the rules have changed for 18. Any scores are possible. We saw during chess.com with the way the drop zones work, there was kind of almost a maximum that you could see by both FPO or MPO competitors due to drop zones and being able to move forward. But not the case here. You have to get up the mountain. There's no drop zone to get you up there. So we head to 18, and it all comes down to this. Throwing down the mountain. Unbelievable what we're seeing. One of the most iconic holes in disc golf and setting up for all the drama. Ready to go. Martin Kneece sitting at 8 under for today's round. One of the hotter rounds of the weekend. He goes mid. That's trouble.
Do you have orange flags?
Spotter calls it. He's OB. Opportunity for both Gilbert and Tipton. Thomas, nose down. Reich is the call. Perfect positioning for Gilbert. That'll eventually run out of steam. That works out just fine. And now Sully, who's just in the lead a couple holes ago, now has to apply the pressure. Martin is OB. Sully. Perfect shot. And he gets to throw last of the two closer competitors score-wise. So huge shot. Martin needs this. Off the flag and in. Martin is on the green. He'll have a chance to save the par. That pushes left and will find inbounds. Ben will have a chance to pick up a birdie to close out the tournament. Thomas has to be thinking eagle.
Go in. Go in. Go in.
Calling for it to go in. It does come up short. He looked like a great line from back there, but that will be short by Thomas Gilbert. And now it is no longer in his hands how he will finish. Sully also thinking eagle. Nice safe shot up to the top. But he too will have to sit and wait. Ben doesn't quite connect. And Martin can close it out here. And he does. Left side corner pocket. Martin J. Kneece, your champion at the 2024 Discraft Presents Sun Kings Throwdown the Mountain 12. What an incredible battle. My first time meeting Martin. Now a name we'll all know forever. Takes some special golf to win on this property, and Martin has just done that. Sully's going to close out with the birdie, and he'll be one short of Martin, and Thomas will tie him at 20 under. They'll share second, but our champion is Martin Kneece. One unbelievable weekend out here. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you to the supporters, the sponsors, the transitional screens, all of the people out on the course, Sara, Widboom, so many people, all of my Patreon subscribers, all of my subs. What a weekend in Brooksville. I'm going to catch up with your champion, Martin J. Kneece. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and that was my video blog. We just wrapped up Throwdown the Mountain 12, and for the first time in many years, I'm saying a brand new name. That's Martin Kneece. Martin, first of all, congratulations, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. What a show you put on. What's it like? You said it was your first time ever coming to this event, so
Yes.
Tell me what it's like being here and walking away champ.
Pretty surreal. You know, it doesn't really set in right now, I guess. First time ever seeing the course in person. And seeing all the years that everybody's put in all this work and chess and not being able to come to it, even though it's only 7-8 hours from me. Always wanting to be here. I don't know, I guess everybody's starstruck their first time. And this is my first A-tier win.
Well, congratulations.
So
It was really impressive. You also said, and maybe this is one of the biggest notes of the weekend, you also said you have killer bees. I know Marcy,
Yeah.
John, I know
Yeah.
them. But outside of them, you don't have a primary sponsor.
No, sir.
What do you typically throw, or who should be looking for your name?
I've been primarily Discraft because of the consistency since I started playing in 2014. Switched over, and them and DJ. I'll have a few Quakes in the bag, and I love my breakers. That's my go-to. So,
Okay.
And I putt with Fierces. So
Putt with Fierces, all
yeah,
right.
Everybody wants to know that. They always ask in the comments, "What is he putting with?" Because they're just so floaty. So,
Well, they do the job. They did the job this weekend. Anything you want to say to everybody before I let you go?
no, but just thank you, Killer B, Marcy. They are the only reason I've came down to Florida for the last couple of times. Back in Jacksonville, I didn't give them a good shout out when I got on coverage there. So this is my shout out. Hey, Joe Bo. Thank you, Marcy.
All right, he's your champ. Big shout out to the entire crew that helped make this event possible. And then on Catch Cam, what? Busting it out this weekend, Sara Widboom. Not only is she a Patreon supporter, but then she jumps on a camera. So we have her to thank for all the extra effort this weekend.
Never had a problem with it.
Hey,
We
yeah,
didn't
that
even see you. We never saw you.
She
So
knew
that's
where to
what
be.
That's it.
It was awesome. Everyone, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you at the next one.
Thank you.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you,
Let me
man.
get a little champ pick with you.
All right. This is crazy.
Dude, it was pretty sweet. You did some work out
I
there.
wrecked
So.
my car last week too, my van.
Oh man, this is gonna help, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. It goes straight to it.
Heck yeah, man.